Right. I'll share my screen. I'll optimize for sharing sound as well before I forget to do that. And then we'll be good to go. Awesome. Right, yes. Good afternoon, my fellow VoxAiders. I'm glad to have you all back after our little mid-season break. So here we are, episode 4. But before we get into that, I just want you to revisit our previous episodes. So far in the VoxAid Blast series, we've covered Clara Reid first. Then we did some mind mapping with inspiration. Then we did some Microsoft Word in our last blast. And I apologize if anyone was on that experienced the technical difficulties. But what I have done is I've re-recorded that webinar for you and uploaded it onto our YouTube channel. There it is, episode 3. There's episode 2. And like I said, we've got all our videos that you can flash through there. And this one's going to get put up on there as well and captioned for everybody too. So please, if you haven't already, just click the subscribe button. I'll put the little link in the chat for you, so you can do that now if you haven't already. So we'll get that in the chat for you guys. And there you go. So if you want to subscribe to the channel, you'll get all the latest VoxAid videos there. It's always a great resource to have to check back every now and then as well, which is great. Like I said, we're on episode 3, but we've got 3 blasts this month to finish off the series. So we've got VoxAid showing how to enhance our hands-free experience in Sonocent Audio Notetaker, which we'll get onto in a second. Then we've got MindView next week, and we'll be showcasing how VoxAid's natural language commands can help develop mind maps. And in our final blast, we've got something a bit special, as we're going to have the creator of VoxAid, Michael Shepherd, with us, and he's going to be having a chat about, how this all began and where it's going in the future, and you can ask as many questions as you like to him too. We'll also have a little casual, lovely little wrap up to finish, what we've done with this series, which I think will be great. So all these events are on our website, if Dragon gets out of the way. You can register them for here. Everything else at Aventido as well. As you can see, we've got our VoxAid, we've got our next VoxAid one there for MindView, and we've got our final Meet the Maker one down there too. So if you haven't already subscribed to these events, I'll put that in the chat for you as well, so you can get those all set up and ready. Oops, I'm pasting that in the wrong place. Let's put that in there. There you go, guys. I think I've put this to all panelists and not all people, so you might not have that. So let's just do that again. There's the webinars one and the YouTube one. Let me put that there for you as well, so you've got that in the chat. Excellent. You can see those now. Right, let's get started. Some of you might be attending today and you haven't been on any of the previous blasts, and that's absolutely fine. If you haven't experienced what VoxAid is, I'll tell you now. VoxAid is an add-on to Dragon, and the number one add-on to Dragon. And this provides the users with thousands of custom bespoke commands that have been designed to enhance the hands-free control of your computer when using assistive technology solutions, just like the programs I mentioned in the past and want to do in the future. This is great for reducing the hindrance of using the keyboard and the mouse. If you've got RSI or arthritis, things of that nature. VoxAid is designed for you to dictate application-specific terminology to perform application functions. So these commands are designed for the assistive technology programs. And, we use this in a way of creating natural language application-specific commands. So they just make sense to what the program is. They'll seem so easy when you see me using them, which, it's almost embarrassingly easy sometimes, but that's what it's all about, is being natural, easy to use, along with your assisted technology, just to bring all these programs together. And that's nothing more that we want to see is, assisted tech working in harmony there. So let's get stuck in. This one might be a little bit longer than 15 minutes. I got a bit excited and just wanted to show so much because there is a lot to offer with VoxAid and Sonocent. And I wanted to give you a good round view of everything. So let's get started. So I've got a dummy presentation and some dummy audio here. After our Sonocent projects are created, obviously that's where the main use of the program comes in, listening back, taking notes, and all the other lovely features that it has. So playing back is something we're always going to do. And that's nice and easy. All we've got to do is press play.
Welcome to your first lecture in Module 1.21, Relativity and Time Travel. The question, is time travel possible, has occupied
Press
some
pause.
of the greatest minds of our time.
Go to sleep. There we go. Like I said, VoxAid is all about creating natural language commands. Press play, press pause. Couldn't be easier to do that in here, which is excellent. Now, we can play around with a lot of the audio settings with using our VoxAid commands as well. One of those features is adjusting the speed. So let's have a play around with the speed of the audio. Speed up. Press play.
From renowned scientists such as Einstein and Stephen Hawking to famous authors and filmmakers. Our aim on this module is to attempt to answer that question
Press pause.
by examining the fundamental scientific theory.
Slow down. Slow down. Press play.
Theories about how our universe works. So in today's lecture, we're going to explore the science of time travel through the lens of popular culture.
Press pause.
The idea is to get you thinking about
Speed up. Go to sleep. Excellent. As you can see over here in the audio section, this is where the speed control is. If I say speed up, slow down, go to sleep, you can see that moving in there and see which speed you're on, which is great. Again, this is great for students when using the software because they can just get that to a pace that they're comfortable with. You know, it's always great to listen to it faster because it means you can get through your lecture quicker as long as you can process what's being said. And again, slowing it down if you can't process it, but it still sounds, you know, it's conformed really well. And it's still very legible to hear at that kind of pace, which is great. So you get the best out of that. Now, let's have a look at kind of changing the tone with VoxAid as well. You know, the tone of people's voices can definitely hinder the processing of audio, particularly people with hearing difficulties and maybe some people with conditions such as ASD. The voice shift is another useful tool when playing back audio. So let's have a go at that. Change voice shift to deeper. Press play.
About the physical laws of the universe and the restrictions and challenges they might pose for potential time travelers.
Press pause.
We'll introduce...
Change voice shift to higher. Press play.
To the key scientific thinkers in the field of time travel and the specific theories that have shaped our understanding.
Press pause.
Alongside some of the most...
Go to sleep. There we go. I always think the first one sounds a bit like that comedian Miranda Hart, like we've got her on there. And then the second one is definitely getting taught by the Chipmunks. But, you know, as I make jokes there, though, it is great to be able to change these tones for people with different hearing losses and loss of hearing conditions. Having those different pitches could definitely work for those. You can go even deeper and even higher, but I don't want to scare you with the deeper one because it is a little bit creepy. But, you know, a great adjustment as well. We can play around with the sound quality as well with the cleanup settings. As you can see, we've got cleanup up there. We can use our voice to add and take these away. Add noise cancellation. Add click reduction. Show cleanup settings. Go to sleep. As you can see, I've used VoxAid's bespoke commands there, and showing them in the end, I can see what was ticked and what wasn't in terms of the settings that I've got on, and I can remove them really easily as well. Remove noise cancellation. Remove click reduction. Show cleanup settings. Go to sleep. And as you can see, those boxes are unchecked now. There are plenty more options related to audio, and all recipients of VoxAid will receive access to the command sheet, which is on our website, on the VoxAid's website. So you can see all the different available commands. They're nice and clearly grouped into different categories, so users can go into there and have a look at the commands available to them for VoxAid and the software and all the other ones as well. But as I said, it is a bit of a short blast, so let's move on to some other great commands and help us navigate our projects a little bit more. So we're going to use just our voice to navigate around the project. And again, this is going to reduce our mouse and keyboard use, and it's super fast and super easy to do that with these natural sounding commands in VoxAid. So let's move back so we can hear the piece played back again. Obviously, that's great when you're always re-listening to things and hearing them again. So as we can see, we're over in the audio section. We've got our cursor there. We need to move back. We can move back as many chunks up till 10 as we'd like. Move backwards 5 chunks. Move backwards 5 chunks. Might help if I turn my mic on for Dragon. Move backwards 5 chunks. Move forwards 5 chunks. Go back 5 chunks. Go forward 5 chunks. Go to sleep. So those of you with a keen ear may have noticed a slight difference in my commands there. And that's another example of VoxAid's natural language commands. Having 2 ways to do the same thing will allow users to pick which feels most natural to them. And it'll also increase the chances of them saying their commands correctly to perform the action that they desire. And that helps with speed and getting things done quickly. As I said, when moving forwards and moving backwards, the chunks, we can go as many as 1 to 10 to move forward and backwards in that way. So we can get out of the middle of our work as well. If you've got your chunk in the middle of somewhere. This one's quite similar to what you'd use in Microsoft Word. So again, it's just a familiar sounding command that works well. Go to end of section. Go to beginning of section. Move to end of section. Move to beginning of section. And again, we've doubled up on the commands there just to give a natural sounding feel to enhance the user experience as well. So let's get out of the audio section for a moment and into the text section and have a play around with the views in that. So you'll notice when you're in Sonocent Audio Notetaker, you kind of navigate the software through the panes. You've got the audio pane, the text pane, and the image pane. And we can navigate through these by moving our focus left and right. Move focus left. Move focus left. Move focus right. Go to sleep. We can also choose which panes we want to view and which ones we want to hide. We don't always need to see when using Sonocent the slides, the text, and the audio. We can hide and bring those back whenever we like. Hide images pane. Show images pane. Hide audio pane. Show audio pane. Go to sleep. We can take notes easily in the notes section, just like we can with Dragon. We're using normal Dragon in there, but we've got VoxAid as well. So we can do that just as we always would like to, because that's something we're definitely going to be doing when using Sonocent. So to take notes there, we just need to dictate. The notes section in Audio Notetaker works just like Microsoft Word, allowing us to dictate our notes when we're going through our audio. Full stop. Scratch that. Undo that. Go to sleep. Exit. So again, note taking, we're doing that just fine. We can also extract notes such as the text from the slides. If we move down to the bottom slide, we've got some text notes there. Might be a little bit difficult for you to see, but once I extract them onto here, they'll also be clear for you to view. Move to section below. Extract text from slide. Move to section above. Move to section below. Read this text.
The pitfalls and the possibilities, possible travel to the future, multidirectional travel,
Stop
travel
reading.
to our past, instantaneous.
Go to sleep. Awesome. So we've extracted the text that was written on that slide over there and had that typed up into that. That's great if you want to make your own annotations between that, or you just kind of want to see that as an own note in there for yourself. It's always a feature that I do show a lot of students when I'm training, and they take good appreciate of. Now, next function I wanted to show you was actually something I didn't even know Audio Notetaker could do. And it was just from looking at the list of commands available in VoxAid that I found this, which again, I think is a good way in which VoxAid is there to help in terms of navigating menus and hidden features. Features aren't there for you to see. You don't always know they exist. And you've got these commands available to do things like that. So what we can actually do is the text that we have over here, we can convert that into audio chunks to go into the audio section. So you could perhaps have what the tutor was saying about the slide, and then maybe your summarized notes, which will then be read out by the text-to-speech voice. All we've got to do to that is send the text to the audio pane. Send text to audio pane. And as we can see over here, let's put that in a crosshatch formation so we know that it's slightly different as well, which is great. While we're in this section, we can move back and hear that. Move back 3 chunks. Press play.
The pitfalls and the possibilities, possible travel to the future,
Press pause.
multidirectional travel to our...
Go to sleep. I've just realized I've left the higher voice pitch on, but we can change that easily as well. Not a problem. Change voice shift to normal. Go to sleep. There we go there. Back to normal listening. The chipmunks can get back to singing their barbershop somewhere else. Right. Like I said, I'm going a bit over today, but I wanted to show you a few other features too. So to finish off, I'm going to go back into the editing chunks, but this time we're going to be changing the color of them. And the audio colors is one of my favorite features of Sonocent because it allows you to be more organized and add more meaning to your audio. Not everything that's said in a lecture is pure gold, and it can be difficult when listening to it live to decipher what is good and what isn't. So when we're listening back through in Sonocent and we have VoxAid on, we can hear back what we've got, color those chunks to give them a bit more meaning, what's important, what is a task I might need to do. And that way, you can filter out through what could be up to a 3-hour lecture, which is obviously a long time to try and listen back to for revision. Okay. Let's have a go with this. Select the previous 5 chunks. Change to chunk color 1. Move to section above. Go to beginning of section. Select the next 3 chunks. Change to chunk color 1. Move forward 4 chunks. Select the next 2 chunks. Change to chunk color 1. Move to a section above. Go to beginning of section. Select the next chunk. Change to chunk color 3. Go to sleep. There we go. We've used the various ways of moving around the text there, just to kind of get some chunks colored, add some bits there. And what I've wanted to use next is one of my favorite functions, which is the extract audio function, which will create a little mini version of our project. So let's do that. And again, it's natural, it's easy because we're using VoxAid. Extract audio. Click OK. Go to sleep. Excellent. There we go. I've got my bite-sized version with just my important slides, my important notes, my important designated colored audio. And that'll be a great little bite-sized one to listen to, perhaps from racking them all up before an exam. So, like I said, I was going a little bit over today, but I appreciate you for being over the 15 minutes I said I was going to be. On the note to finish, VoxAid we were using at the moment is currently the full AT edition, and that covers all the AT programs. And that's something I'd highly recommending during an assessment if a student is going to get several AT programs. But you can also get just specific versions, a lighter version of VoxAid. You can get a note-taking edition, which will just focus on the note-taking side, but will still come with thousands of bespoke commands to be used in general Windows programs too. So I hope you enjoyed a short blast today. I see there are a couple of questions up there, so we'll have a look at those while we're still here before we finish off. But if you do need to rush off, then thank you very much. But I'll just put my email address. So if you do need to contact me, any questions, if you do need to get away, but we will stay on and do some question answering before we finish. So here we go. So my address is just sam@aventido.com. Can you click during a live recording using VoxAid? So you can go into some live recordings. What I wanted to do was kind of focus on the kind of post-production stuff today, just because there's a lot to kind of cover. But you can choose, all the colors are from 1 to 5 in the sections that you have on there. So I hope that answers your question there. Is it safe to say all commands in Audio Notetaker are mapped through VoxAid? If needed, can you start with an empty project and finish with a fully annotated project with text and audio, or with voice commands? Yeah, like I said, I guess because it was just a short blast today, it was quite hard to show you all the features. We can record live. We can make our... we can obviously move around to add on notes. We can import slides. That is something else we could do. We can import audio all via voice commands as well. So yeah, I would say it is safe to say that you could definitely do a full project in there. You can even export it as well into other areas. Like I said, we're just giving everyone a little taster here, just to see what it's capable of. But these are great questions there. So I hope you heard my answers there to what we had. So I'm glad you're happy with that, Alan, which is good. But maybe we'll do some longer ones in the future, going fully through all the features. But I know you guys have had a lot of webinars over the last 18 months. And I appreciate your time coming on for these short ones too. So as I have kept you a little bit longer today, thank you all for joining me. I hope you appreciated seeing, just how powerful VoxAid can make hands-free learning with assistive technology. It really is impressive, and I really enjoy showing it with this program. So take care, everybody. Enjoy the sunshine and the weekend, and I'll hopefully see you next week for our Mind View, and 1 week after with our Meet the Maker too. So take care, everybody. Bye-bye.